Hey there everyone, how are you all doing today? My name is Rabbit, and welcome to episode number 55 of Let's Play Paladin's Quest for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. We are continuing to make our way through the past, specifically 10,000 years in the past of Lennis's history, and we are currently at what I'm assuming is the older version or the original town where Gabnid's School of Magic was eventually erected. In this era of Lennis's history, this area was known as Grant Cirque, and we did discover that the mayor, as well as some of the other inhabitants of Grant Cirque, are starting to grow a little wary of Gabnid, and he's just presenting himself as someone who is no longer as trustworthy as perhaps he initially was. So with that being said, we did do a little bit of digging, a little bit of thievery as we were making our way in and out of buildings and towers, I guess. None of them were really technically towers. I think this is the first tower. And there wasn't anything in the chest, correct? Anyway, I digress. So while we were kind of combing through everything and looting a lot of objects, I am just so oblivious sometimes, you guys. So I had asked you when I picked up a Giga Bottle and I was looking through my inventory and kind of just bemoaning the fact that it's so disorganized right now. I saw we had another Giga Bottle and I was thinking, is that the one that I found when we were looking around modern Lennis in the boat? But no, actually, that was a whole other extra Giga Bottle. So we have 2 Giga Bottles now, and I did just want to show you that I tried to organize my bottles a little bit. So we've got buku high bottles and a few mega bottles now. So the rest of it's looking a little whack, lots of cards everywhere and random weapons that we no longer need and I need to prioritize selling. But I did just want to bring that back around because I'm sure in episode 54, there were a few of you that were like, no, Rabbit, that's a new Giga Bottle. Don't forget to use it. Don't worry, friends. That's why I like to take a second off camera to go back through my inventory. And just so you guys can see what everyone has equipped, here's the Giga Bottle on Chesney alongside his Cormu's equipment that we picked up. And here, in just a second, I will highlight Medea, who also has a Giga Bottle that we managed to randomly find. So it seems like as long as you're looking around and rooting around, you should find at least one of the Giga Bottles, but there are 2 of them available to you. And that might be the extent of it. But okay, that is it, darlings. Let's move forward. I probably should heal up my squad here because I'm not sure what awaits us. It very well could be Gabnid, and we're going to have to fight him, or it might just be a casual conversation over tea where we speak like adults about the issues at hand and everything can be resolved amicably. I'm just kidding. I think we all know that is not how things are going to go down. But oh yeah, this is definitely where Chesney and Duke were when shit kind of hit the fan. So that is really cool how genuinely the game loops everything around full circle for you, where all the events started, and it feels like you don't really entirely understand why things were set up the way they were and who's responsible for what and what relationships bleed into other relationships and how those relationships impact actions that start to take place and events that start to transpire. It's crazy that 10,000 years in the past, where we're sent, we meet up with Cormu and Sophie and they teleport us to where all of the drama actually kind of well, it's not where it begins because obviously Cormu and Sophie had been here this whole time with Gabnid, but this is where I guess things really started to look hairy and scary for the inhabitants of Lennis. So it's just really cool. I can't stop gushing about it, but all right, I'm going to use Chesney's Giga Bottle here just to get everyone looking fresh, looking fine. I think we've got more than enough in terms of healing options, so I'm not going to worry too much about this. And was that Gabnid? It almost looked like a troll. Did you guys see that little sprite that was just hanging out up there? So crazy. Holy cow. But all right, guys, this is it for our warm-up. So go ahead and stretch and do what you need to do because we might be getting into a very scary situation here. But I don't think Gabnid has completed Dalgran at this point in the story. So I think if anything, we would just end up fighting Gabnid. We wouldn't fight Dalgran here unless there's a prototype that's in the position to do some serious damage, but I doubt it. And if we could take out Neugren, I don't think Dahlgren's going to be an issue. But what this does kind of make a little confusing for me, and oh yeah, I remember this, that I had seen these stairs that don't go down all the way when we were here in the beginning as Chesney and Duke. So very cool. I guess we'll find out. Is it going to come down? What's going to go on? All right, here he is, Gabnid. You're young kids from Riga. You've come after me, have you? Or was it at Cormu's suggestion? Blast you, Cormu. Not only do you steal Sophie, but now you're trying to interfere with my plans? Wait a minute, steal Sophie? So was Gabnid trying to smash? I mean, we saw that he had given Sophie all these different gifts in the form of a nice dress, a crown, a ring. So I think Gabnid wanted the puh, but Sophie saw through his guise of being this wonderful wizard who's so benevolent and trying to help all these people, and she saw he was a piece of shit, but that Cormu was not only slinging the dick, but he was a good person. So that's who she went with, and now, oh, it makes sense. That's why Gabnid's a little salty. I see you, Gabnid. I see you. Useless. You absolutely will not cross me. Absolutely not. Dahlgren has already begun operation. Now I shall have revenge on all who have betrayed me. Go, Strabo, destroy everything. Okay, well, that debunks my theory that Dahlgren's not complete at this point, and that maybe there would be a prototype, but it sounds like it's mostly done. Maybe, if anything, in its beta form, to use that terminology loosely and perhaps improperly here. But what did he just... Oh, did it not work? I don't know what we just saw. Oh. What is going on? Oh, that's the dragon. Wait, Strabo was the dragon. Wait a second. So, hold on, you guys. Strabo was the name of the dragon that was imprisoned by Cormu's sword. And he struck me as a nice person because he gave us a lift to Sasquatch. But is he under Gabnid's control? What the fuck is going on? I am master of Lennis, says Gabnid. Ha! Watch what happens, you fools. I'll make you pay for underestimating me. Sophie, oh Sophie, if you have ears, then listen. The human you loved on Earth is screaming, whoever you are, or wait, is that what he said? Whoever you are there, or wherever you are there? Okay, your life is over too. You shall experience the power of heaven and Earth's spirit with your own flesh. So wait, did Sophie actually like a human? But Cormu just convinced her to stop fucking around with Gabnid? I'm so fucking confused, you guys. I have no idea what's going on. But maybe I don't need to know what's going on. Okay, I'm not even going to fuck around with Chesney's magic for now. Let me start out by physically attacking with everyone except for Hawk, who I think what I'm gonna try... Oh god, I don't know how I feel about this. Let's use his power robe, and I'm gonna put this on Chesney. That should give him a nice boost to his physical damage. We'll just see what we can do. Having a full set of turns where we're not incurring some self-damage in exchange for casting spells, I think is going to be the way to go. And holy shit, he does a lot of damage. So I'm going to want to put the power robe, I think, on Mouth as well. And if Medea can just keep the actual heals coming, I think we'll be okay. But she doesn't need to worry about it for now. All right, let's use it again. Oops, not your spell. Let's use the robe, and we're going to put it on Mouth. But Gabnid, I don't think is going to be able to do too much on his own. But I guess we'll see. Oh, how the fuck did I miss? Now that's bullshit, you guys. But it looks like Gabnid, you can see his feet behind a bunch of extra robotic legs. So he's sitting in some sort of machine. That is so weird. What the fuck are we even looking at? All right, Medea, I'm going to use the Giga Bottle. Mouth is going to go again. Hawk, I don't even know really what to have you do. Ooh, y'all, this is looking a little bad. I'm not sure how I want to approach this, but let's just do defense up on Medea and Hawk. So we'll prioritize that for those two, because I'm a wee bit scared about what awaits us here. Ooh, 262, baby. That increase in strength. It's over for you, Gabnid. You shouldn't have been a piece of shit. But even if we defeat him here, I don't see how this is going to really change anything. If Dahlgren already exists, unless the point of all of this to begin with is that Okay, let me think about this. Maybe the point of all of this is that there was a hero, whether it was Chesney or Cormu, who at one point did stop Gabnid and halted Dalgran's ability to function and to wreak the havoc that it was going to. But again, by Chesney's poor choices, Dalgran was reactivated. So maybe that's all this is kind of showing us, is that there was a point where Gabnid was in the position to cause problems and he was stopped already? I don't know. I'm not sure what to make from all of this, you guys, but this is what we're going to go with. We're just going to take him down and see what the story ends up presenting to us. But he missed Medea, which is, oh my god, that did absolutely nothing. So it looks like Hawk is also going to be better for just dishing out some buffs here. Maybe, I wish I could equip mercenaries with, oh god, with different objects, because having a Giga Bottle on him would also be really nice. But I guess might as well put the Power Robe on Medea as well. I'm getting a couple jabs in from her. But I think, yeah, between Chesney and Mouth, it wasn't really necessary. But all right, we took him down. He was honestly more underwhelming than I think some of the minions that we fought just crawling through the tower. But whatever. Anyway, Gabnid exclaims, my dreams, my ambitions. Sophie, save me. Was I mistaken? Sophie, I wanted your love. Cormu, I wanted your friendship. Is that you over there, Cormu? Cormu, if it is you, stop Strabo. Strike Strabo in the back with your sword. If neglected, Strabo will destroy Lennis, the Lennis that Sophie loved. It's up to you. Cormu, protect Sophie. Wait a minute. So, did Gabnid suddenly regain his consciousness and his awareness after we killed him? He's dead. Now hurry, use the sword of Cormu. Strike Strabo in the back. But wait a minute. Gabnid is the one who summoned this dragon to begin with. Oh my god. Okay. So this is what it seems like to me. Gabnid lost his shit, and in his thirst for power to not only impress Sophie and get her to love him, and I guess in order for him to feel like he was truly a peer to Cormu, who was very powerful and courageous, Gabnid lost his way, and whatever you want to say about that, whether he was just a weak bitch or he was a douchebag or maybe he always was a piece of shit, and now it's just like as death was upon him, he's hoping to seek forgiveness so that wherever he's going, whether it's the underworld or if there is a heaven, he'll get accepted into it. Whatever theory you want to throw out there. But it seems like he regained some level of awareness of his horrible actions right here. But what I don't understand is Strabo, however you want to pronounce this dragon's name, involvement in all of this, because is Strabo the monster that operates the machine of Dalgran? That can't be. It can't be. That wouldn't make any fucking sense. So why would we kill this dragon instead of talking to him? Because clearly it has sentience. We spoke to it in present day Lennis when we removed Cormu's sword and set him free. I don't really get what's going on, but okay. I guess had to vocalize that for me. Maybe that makes sense to you guys hearing it from me, or maybe you guys can shine a little bit of light on what's going on, but let's just keep it moving. So Chesney has stabbed Strabo in the back with the sword of Cormu. All right. It's a wrap for you, Dragon Man. I don't want it to be this way because I feel as though we could make things work, but perhaps not. Okay, so is this us saving Lennis? But then the question is, let's say this is kind of that full circle loop where someone, whether Chesney or Cormu, stops Dalgran and Gabnid. If Chesney just reactivates him later, then there's always going to be this cycle where Dalgran gets reactivated and someone's going to need to go in the past to stop it again. Anyway, the dragon says, my power's leaving me. Can I fly no more? Are the days of my life exhausted? Hear me, heroes. If you had mercy, you would want to eliminate me completely. But as I am the okay. Strabo is the monster of Dalgran. Okay. I don't see how or why. I would assume the monster of Dahlgren was something that was small and actually functioned as an extension of Dahlgren or was contained within Dahlgren, kind of like we saw with whatever that monster was called that was in Neugren. But I guess maybe this is set up this way to illustrate that Dahlgren is more powerful than Neugren, that it's an actual dragon that's the monster instead of just a little multi-armed goblin-looking thing. That's crazy. Okay, but as I am the monster of Dahlgren, I am also Gabnid's alter ego. The strength of Gabnid's vindictiveness resides within me. My life will probably be only the fading of strength over a long period of time. Will it be 100 years, 1,000 years, or will it take 10,000 years? We may meet again when that day comes. We may meet again. I have that feeling. Farewell, heroes, until we meet again. Wait a minute. So he's not salty? But this is why the dragon was just sitting here and you could go in his asshole, but we allowed him to fly. But then did he just die? Oh my God. You guys, I can't wrap my head around Oh! And that's where Sophie and Cormu are. Well, at least I can now investigate this island because I was kind of bitching about that. What the fuck? Did a monster seriously have the audacity to show up and is fucking up my team? Like, what is even happening right now? Okay, you fucking guys again. That is so wild. I'm confused, but I'm perplexed, and how should I say this? I think there's maybe a little too many question marks. I'm not going to call them holes because I feel like the story is filling in a lot of the gaps very nicely, but I think there are so many different pieces to all of this that it's kind of hard to follow who is who and what is what and what motivation different people had. But that's not to say that things were handled poorly. I've played games. Ooh, a heart card. That's really nice. What a nice drop. Holy cow. I've certainly played games where things have been handled far less well and where things were presented to you in a significantly less cohesive manner. So, I can't really be mad about it. It works. How well it works, I guess I'm not the one to really say. I think it would require a deeper level of analysis than I'm prepared to really provide right now. But maybe it's something we could talk further about once the game is done. As you guys know, I had recently started doing my initial impressions, like soft, casual reviews, I guess, of games that we're starting. And I will do kind of a final thoughts video once we do wrap things up. So I don't know. It's still too early to tell because I feel like there has to be at least a few hours of gameplay left, because if that was the final boss, then that was exceedingly underwhelming. So I don't think that's the case. I feel like we're going to have to go back to present day Lennis and take out Dahlgren itself. Because all we did was defeat Gabnid and incapacitate the dragon Strabo. But we didn't do anything to Dahlgren, unless you want to argue in taking down Strabo, you take down Dahlgren. But obviously that's not true, because then Dahlgren was able to be reactivated. So I don't know, you guys. But anyway, I'll just bring you guys back when we're outside of the hut. I won't make you watch all of these fights. Alrighty, friends, we are back outside of Cormu and Sophie's hut. So I don't know who we should speak with first. Perhaps Sophie? Welcome back. Cormu wants to speak with you. Or speak to you, I guess. Let me not just add it up. I didn't actually investigate anything here, but woohoo, another heart card. Very nice, very nice. Before I forget that it's in my bag, let me just take a second to use it, and we'll give it to Medea. Woohoo, and you're the save bot, correct? Yes, you are, and I'm not interested in you, but I am interested in you, Cormu. I see, it must have been a hard fight, but hearing that Gabnid returned to his old self at the last gives me some relief. If he hadn't turned his hand to forbidden machines, return to me the armor and helm you have. Oh, so we return the armor. I don't know why I always want to say Armu. I don't know if it's just something about Cormu's name. It just fucks with me. So we return the armor of Cormu to Cormu, and we return the helm of Cormu to Cormu. So you've come from 10,000 years in the future, to ask how to stop Dalgren now that it's activated again. Without my 3 items, there's only one way to stop Dalgren. But this method can only be used by a chosen one who has undergone a severe ordeal. If you are prepared for that, speak to Sophie. I mean, I have to. The test is severe, but you can do it. Well, thanks for that, Cormu. I'm glad someone believes in me. But alright, my darlings, let's go ahead and call this an episode. When we come back together in video number 56, we will immediately talk to Sophie. I'm actually going to save because, like I had mentioned, I have been hella bad about not saving as frequently as I probably should, and if we had died, I would have lost a lot of progress, so we're not going to even put ourselves in that position. Oh no, not when we're this close to the end of the game, because that would make me rage. But I digress. So when we come back together, we will speak with Sophie, learn a little bit more about this trial that Cormu is referencing, and figure out, is Chesney worthy of being the one to stop Dalgren in present-day Lennis? Or maybe there's another way. Maybe there could have been a more purposeful act that Piaz could have taken other than sending us 10,000 years in the past to Lennis. I still wonder if it would have been more effective to send us to Riga if he had that potential or if he had that ability. He might not have. Maybe this is really the best that he could do. But I still don't really see how this was supposed to effectively stop anything. But I guess, again, we'll learn a little bit more about maybe what Piaz's motivations were. We'll learn more about what this trial is and this test is that Chesney hopefully will pass. And ultimately, we'll learn what it is that we need to do in order to stop Dalgren from destroying Lennis, which I guess is the world that Sophie really loved. So until then, everyone, take care, be good, and I, your host Rabbit, greatly look forward to seeing you in just a moment in our upcoming episode.